Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today we've got a special guest on. This is Jose. Jose, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey guys, my name's Jose, and I was in the military for 9 years in the Marine Corps. Did 4 years active, 5 years in the reserves, and on the civilian side, I'm an estimator, work for a construction company.
As you can tell, we brought Jose on to have a little bit of military experience on the set. We had some questions, of course. We wanted to know a little bit about, how stuff that we are involved in, guns and alcohol mostly.
Yeah.
At least on the podcast. Mostly guns outside the podcast.
Yeah,
we wanted to talk to him about his military experience, what it was like, and, what his experience with guns would happen to be. But before we get into that, you said you're an estimator. What is that?
So a construction estimator basically just look at the projects that the company I work for specializes in, like site work. So just, our client gives us civil plans, and then we look at it, tell them about how much is, the price of the project is going to be just to get to like the site preparated for paving and actual construction, like the structure and everything else.
Okay, got you. So you give out quotes to people for, what you think the project's going to cost, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I work with a lot with people like that on my side, except I deal with more inside sales reps because I buy individual products versus one big project. But we have been doing a lot of major projects in my work, so I've been dealing with a lot of, we need somebody to come in and install a bunch of racking systems or whatever like that, and I'll get several quotes. And then one thing my company does, actually, I did today, we put people through e-auctions. Oh, they hate it, but it's a good way to save. It's a good way to save a ton of money. We'll put like 3 or 4 contractors into a e-auction scenario, and they'll bid each other down to the lowest bidder actually wins it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. It's an interesting way of doing purchasing for it, but it's a good way for me to register. Oh, I saved the company $30,000 today because I did, whatever.
Bonus.
Nice.
Well, guys, bear with us. We're gonna try to do the best we can. This is our first guest ever on the channel, because I don't think, Zach, you had never even been on the channel until you decided, like, hey, I'm gonna be part of the channel.
Yeah, I just kind of did a basic setup down here. I hadn't even fully blocked off the sound, and then we just kind of sat down here with 2 microphones, and because I did 2 microphones that picked each other up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I did so much editing on that first video. I had to listen to the podcast essentially 4 times.
And it wasn't a short one either, I don't think. The first, right?
The first one was like an hour. So I listened for like 4 hours editing. I was like, I don't know if this is worth it anymore.
Well, basically, Jose, we got 2 of these mics, and we had one on his side and like one on my side, and they were like basically picking each other up.
Right, yeah, gotcha.
I'm glad I was not editing that stuff.
Yeah, well, we've found some omnidirectional mics that are going to work quite a bit better. We just got to spend the $300 on each one for
to make it work.
Yeah, but that'll be the next one after this one to improve the audio quality a little bit. But overall, the audio quality down here isn't bad. Our shooting videos were probably, because we're on phone audio and we're out in the woods, and
we're gonna get some wireless mics to clip to us. That's coming in the future, guys. We're gonna get some wireless mics so the audio will be a little bit better, because it's not that bad usually, but if it's windy like it was on our oh, did you get the plate?
No, it's still sitting upstairs.
That's okay. Well, yeah, that's cool. All right, where did you want to start this off, Zach?
Well, Jose said he was in the military. What branch?
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. Okay. So did you enlist out of high school? How did you get started in there? Did you talk to a recruiter?
Yeah, I did. I talked to a recruiter right out of. So I was 17 when I started the process, and then by the time I joined, it was like my birthday's in August, so I turned 18, and in September I went over to Parris Island to boot camp.
That's awesome. So I've talked to a recruiter before, never got any further than that, but they had me take a practice ASVAB. Do you remember having to take the ASVAB? Or
yeah. So you now they do it a little differently, but then I did like the practice ASVAB. I did terrible, so I had to do it again. It's like I already knew before when I was in high school, I was like, I'm going to join the military. So, it was dumb.
Was it is it like a test?
Yeah.
Like what kind of questions does it ask?
Everything
just school questions or
school questions.
So they got math, science, I don't remember everything, but basically English, and then they also have engineering, mechanical stuff. And then there's also a psychological part to it.
Making sure you're not a Looney Tune before you join. And they give you a gun.
Exactly. So
I remember when I was talking to the recruiter, it stuck out to my mine because I did well on it. I think I scored like an 80 or something on my first try, but it was just a practice one, so it was a very short, simple version of it. But he mentioned to me that I asked him what the high score he'd seen was, and they brought in the trigonometry teacher from West High School to see how he would do, and I think he scored a 97 or something like that. I was like, well, yeah, it makes sense. He's the trig teacher. He should probably know a lot of the math stuff. Surprised he did as well in engineering and all that, but yeah.
I didn't know there was a test like that.
Yeah.
Think, what is it? I was talking to a Navy recruiter at the time, but I think from what I looked up, who has the lowest requirement? Is it Army?
That's the Marine Corps.
Marine Corps got the lowest requirement.
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% sure. Like, it's even a running joke in the military that the Marine Corps, the dumb ones, they eat crayons, like that whole thing because of it. Yeah, like they call them jarheads and everything because.
Is there any terms for like the other military guys that aren't Marines? Like, if you're in the Navy or the Army, do they have like any terms that's like insulting?
Yeah. Like the Navy, obviously, like everybody's gay there apparently because they're all in ships all the time.
It's 5,000 dudes together on a ship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the Air Force is the chair force because they just sit all day.
The chair force.
And then the Army, I'm sure there's something I can't think of.
The Army and the Marines ones are similar, just kind of going back and forth, just because of the nature of like they do similar type of work. From my understanding, they're not in an airplane or on a boat. They're actually ground forces. So.
I have a good question.
Okay, what's up?
When I was a kid, I watched this. It's like a documentary of like entering when you enter the Marine Corps and then all the way to when they graduate training. And there was a part where they had to actually go in like a pool with like their arms tied to get like goggles or something.
Are you thinking?
Did you have to do any water training at all like that? Or?
Yeah, not like that. I don't remember doing anything like that. I think that's more like. It's something called like McQuiz. I don't know if it's still called that, but it's like advanced water training. But everybody in the Marine Corps does have to, I think it's called water confidence. So you just basically be able to swim like the length of a pool. I think they also give you gear, so you have to like.
So you got to swim with the gear.
With the gear, yeah. Make sure you.
I was gonna say because swimming the length of the pool doesn't seem that bad, but with the gear, it sounds kind of bad.
Yeah, and then swim backwards, and then there's something. Jumping out of like a platform higher than your regular board. It's like it's a lot higher.
It's like a diving board kind of.
Yeah, like a really tall one. Yeah.
Cool. I think the documentary you're talking about is a BUD/S training one. I think
it's older. It's like at least probably 20 years old.
I remember watching it in high school. I remember watching one on BUD/S training in high school, and I saw that test you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Now, did you know anybody who went through BUD/S?
No. So
I didn't know how, because I know Marines and Navy are kind of close because I don't know exact details there. Can you tell me why?
Yeah, so the Marine Corps is a department of the Navy, so everything, like all the medical stuff goes through them. A lot of I'm pretty sure like budget stuff goes through them too and everything. But the SEALs, I never got to train with any of them. I did get to train with MARSOC and Recon, which is like kind of like the version or like the Marine Corps version of the Special Forces. So they do similar training, but I think the BUD/S is like, or the SEALs have like the most difficult. I think I'm not really 100% sure because I never went through any Special Forces training.
Okay, so if like you and David Goggins were in a race,
not even close.
That's that motivational speaker guy, right? He was a Navy SEAL, right?
He went through BUD/S training, is what he mentions. I don't know.
He was a SEAL.
Yeah. Okay. He was
yeah. He's like the bald headed dude.
Yes.
Just kind of skinny.
Yes. The ultra marathons where you run like 200 miles.
That guy looks like he could definitely run because he looks like he's real like skinny.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Me and Zach like have trouble running up the hill to go shoot at the range.
By the time I get up there, I'm like, all right, give me like 2 minutes so I can stop breathing into the camera.
Yeah, we had to. So one day we filmed this video and we just walked up, so both of us were still kind of winded, and Zach was because
I was just holding.
He was holding here. Like it was his breath was going right into the mic. So now he's like.
Because even though I feel like I'm breathing normally, if I got my range, my ear pro on, I can't hear that I'm breathing directly at the mic. I feel like I'm breathing normally, and most of the time I am. But if I'm holding it right here and it's picking up Kyle that far away, you can hear nothing but my breath, and I'm just like, okay, I don't like breathing in the mic that much, which is actually a problem I noticed. I could always tell when I first started editing these videos was you would hear one of us breathing while the other one was talking because we'd have the mics like right here, and it picks me up perfectly clear right there. Right here, it's catching like I wiggle like that. It catches every little sound. Now I should be able to dull that out.
Yeah, excuse that, guys. You can hear that. That's just his. What is that called?
It's the gas, the heat to the house.
Yeah, the heat. So that way we're not freezing to death because we're in the basement. So I'm kind of glad your basement's actually heated. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be colder when you said it was gonna be cold. I was thinking like, because I forgot that the actual vents do heat down here.
They do. They don't do a great job of it. It's definitely colder down here than it is upstairs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But also wanted to crank the thing up like 4 degrees before y'all came over here. So,
oh sweet.
Yeah, so it's a little warmer. Like every time we've been down here working on stuff on the computer, she's had gloves on working.
Oh.
Because it does get a little chilly down here.
So
yeah, I'm cracking. Yeah, let's crack another.
So 9 years. What was your first deployment like?
So initially I went to Okinawa for 2 years, and I was stationed there. And then from there, the unit I was with was a logistics unit. So basically, they're called MUSE. They're like training units out of the U.S. They'll go to Japan and they'll train over there. They'll go to like Korea and Australia, sometimes Thailand. So I would attach with them, and then we'll go out and do some training together. So the very first time I was attached to a unit, it was like monsoon season, so it was raining non-stop. They didn't want to leave the field, so it was like, I mean, everything. I didn't know anything, right? I was like brand new, so I didn't waterproof any of my shit. So basically, it started raining, and all my boots were wet, all of my like uniforms were wet, all the gear, like it was just miserable the whole time. And then it was like it stopped raining, and it got super hot, so you were like extremely like wet, and then you're like 100% humidity, you just never drive. It was terrible.
Gosh.
But I learned a valuable lesson after that. No matter where I went, I like got trash bags and waterproofing bags for all of my shit. So.
It's like a bad camping trip.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like, except you're eating MR, like y'all. So when you're in training, do y'all eat actual cafeteria food a lot, or y'all eat mostly MREs, or?
Sometimes. So like if you're in the actual field, you get MREs. But sometimes, like once they everything's set up, they'll bring a Humvee around, and sometimes they'll cook. They'll do like this. They're basically MREs, but they're big ones, and it's like actually like regular food. Kind of cool. It's still like like packaged stuff, but it's better than an MRE.
Yeah. We did an MRE video. Well, I don't know if you saw that. We did it. It was like a podcast. We did MRE where Zach had only had like one MRE years and years ago. So he got what did you get?
It was supposed to be some kind of beefaroni thing.
Beefaroni, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I got cheese something, like what was it called?
Tortellini.
Tortellini. I got the tortellini.
Yeah,
It sucked.
Well, Kyle bought some. He bought his off of eBay, and they were 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I sat down here and ate them, and my God, it was gross. That beefaroni was rough. Like everything else was okayish, but whatever that meat was supposed to be was not.
Yeah, the meat's never. I mean, the spaghetti. I got like SpaghettiOs and then MRE though. The spaghetti was good, but what was your favorite one? But you got older ones too, right? Y'all got older ones in the military.
I'm pretty sure we got some. I mean, some of them had like the Skittles bar. Like it was like instead of Skittles, it was just like one big bar because it's all melted together.
Oh yeah, they're melted because they don't store them.
Yeah, it was pretty good name for it. But I think Chili Mac was probably the best.
The Chili Mac?
Yeah, I like that one. I
don't think I've had that one yet.
Similar to the one I had, except mine was 6 years old and expired. So it was.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think they pretty much munch on them for a while because I remember you came to my house one time and I had some MREs that were the really old ones, and you're like, yeah, we haven't had those in a long time. But that MRE was like 25 years old, or no, 21 or 22 years old, something like that. And I only knew that because when I opened it, the Skittles had the expiration date. It was some 2000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was eating it on my YouTube channel. I don't even think I uploaded the video because it was so gross. It was nasty.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, they get some really old ones in there, and you just you don't. A lot of times you don't even get to choose. They open the box and you just walk by. They're like grab it for you're just grabbing.
Oh, you don't
So
want you to look at the menu.
No, because everybody's gonna pick the good ones, and then you have like a fucking a box
Damn.
full of like.
So I bet there's a lot of trading going around.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's
A lot
like
of trading.
a big currency. You know, you got like the freaking the patriotic cookies, probably like the best.
Does anyone like
You're
save
at.
something like as a bargaining chip, like for favors or anything?
Yeah,
like
like you'll like a lot. Sometimes they'll save like the heating packets. Some people like to use them, like the little, because a lot of them don't work.
Oh yeah, they don't. Ours didn't work. I was pissed.
Yeah.
we went upstairs and microwave ours.
Which was so weird because when I was a kid, I used to get, which I guess they were probably new then, because my ex stepdad, his dad was in the National Guard, and he'd been in the National Guard like for a long time. So he just goes to base and he just brings a bunch of stuff home.
Oh,
He would just bring home truckloads of MREs, and he would give us boxes. And like the whole summer, I just canned and ate MREs the whole summer. And every heat pad, I never had a problem. But now, like every heat pad I get doesn't work.
Yeah, like they might be really old or something.
Pisses me off because like how are you supposed to eat your food? Me and Zach had to go upstairs and microwave it.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
still not good.
Well, imagine having to eat it like completely cold because you're on the field and your heater did not work and you're just like eating it like ice cold. What if it's like in the 30s or 40s
Yeah,
outside?
You just gotta.
You know how bad that'll suck.
It sucks.
Okay, Okinawa. Is that north or south of Tokyo?
South.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little island, and then there's like maybe a couple more little islands, and then there's the mainland Japan.
Okay. I was curious because I figured something out weird the other day. I was trying to think of how like north and southern hemisphere are opposite during the summer and winter, and I figured out that Tokyo and Gatlinburg are the exact same latitude.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It
Yeah,
gets
like-
weird in Australia. It
Yeah.
switches it.
Australia flips. So like right now it's the dead of summer there.
Really?
Because Earth's on an axis. But one thing I need to do real quick, I need to go grab that plate that we were talking about. If you want to set up the question, I can bring it down the stairs as a surprise.
Set up the question.
Yep. I'll be right back.
Okay. We just gonna pause pretty much, or you want us to keep talking, or what?
I'll make sure everything's recorded.
Okay.
Hey, when you hear me open the door, you can do the question.
What question? Oh, okay, I got you. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
What do you think of the beer?
I like this
Yeah.
one. The other one's good. This one's way better though. I really like this one.
Which was that one?
It's super easy. Yeah. It's actually a little bit more. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, that one's good. There's that dot. They sent me. Do you have a pistol that can take a dot? They sent me this dot. It's like $100 dot. No, I didn't mess it up. Well, it works fine. Oh, okay. Here comes Zach. All right. So me and Zach did a video last week. He's coming down with it right now. Me and Zach did a video last week. You guys will probably it ought to be on the channel before this video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll see this video right here before this video, so you guys will know. But we did a video with AR. We bought an AR-500 body armor plate. We basically just shot it to see what would happen. We were curious what you would think on. So the plate, it's about a 1/4 inch thick, right?
Yeah.
It's a 1/4 inch thick plate. We shot it with a 5.56, a 308, a 7.62. We were curious how you think those rounds would have maybe went into the plate. Like how do you how deep you
Kevlar?
might think? No, it's steel body
Steel?
armor.
It's a steel
Yeah.
plate.
It's a steel plate body armor.
And it had the little coating on it as well.
Yeah, did it have a ceramic coating to catch the shrapnel?
Oh, okay. Probably the 760 went through it. I would say.
You think? All right, this will be.
That is the plate that we shot.
I think I can memorize what most of these were.
Yeah.
So, you guys can see how this is all chipped up. Basically, this was the ceramic coating. So what this does, I can show you. It catches the strap metal. See that strap metal?
Yeah.
It's actually it's almost like a crappy paint. It feels like, right?
Essentially, that's the idea. It hits it, and anything that chips off of it catches under the paint as it tries to escape. Which, as you can tell by that very first shot we put in the top right, where it peeled all of it off immediately,
Yeah.
did not work very well.
That was just what was that? The 22 or
Yeah.
the 9? That was 22, right?
We hit both the same spot. We started with the 22. It caught most of the 22, and then we hit it with the 9 afterwards, and it peeled the rest of it.
Yeah, see, the 9 basically did nothing.
Yeah.
But look, so I think, okay, I think that was the 7.62, right?
Nope. All 3 of the big calibers at the bottom.
We did a 308 and we did 2.556.
I think that top one you're looking at is 308.
No, the 308 dented it, right?
Yes.
That's the 308 that dented. Remember? The 308 actually put a dent. The 5.56 dug.
Yeah, with the green tip.
Yeah.
But we shot without green tip as well.
Yeah, I think this was without green tip. That was with green tip because that one's really chunky.
And the bottom one's 5.56.
So these two are the 5.56. This one's the 308. That's the bent one.
Yeah, and then the other one was 7.62.
Yeah, this is what the 308 did. Feel that like it bent it, but it like obviously like it was nowhere near coming through this. And this was Scorpion Tactical Armor, guys. This plate was $48 shipped to the door, but this is a smaller plate. They do make one 2 inches wider and 2 inches taller.
Yeah,
which, as you can tell, hold it to your chest, Kyle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is
It's not exactly
not going to save my life. This is this is child
There's a
size.
chance you can still get heart shot.
My daughter could. This would fit my daughter, and she's 3.
Yeah, he kept making that joke during the video too. I was like, it could also fit, I don't know, a female soldier, but whatever, I guess. Listen, bro, hey, ever since we done the Temu video, our female viewership has gone up quite a bit. Okay, so
That's right.
gotta quit being so awful all the time.
But we were really excited about this, and then we tried to shoot with 44 Magnum. Zach has a big, ridiculous 44 Magnum that he got, and I missed. And he's like, "All right, well, let's get another shell." And the rest of the box was like 45 long Colt or 45 Colt 45.
Dude, I was so mad. I thought I got a box of 45 that I had no gun for. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just stuck on this.
We'll get a 45 down the road.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Well, a Colt 45 wasn't just 45; it was a Colt 45.
yeah, at the same time, I still wanted to go ahead and shoot that 44, which means that if I want to keep shooting it again, I have to go buy more ammo, and I kind of just want to get rid of it. So,
Yeah, it hurts really, dude. It's like,
dude, it
like
was so cold that first day we shot it. It literally broke the skin on my thumb. And dude, have you seen the video where I showed you our most recent video on it? I did a slow motion of what it was like me shooting my 9mm where it doesn't move at all, and me about dropping this stuff. It popped up, went full vertical, and folded over my thumb, and I almost dropped it. And I caught it with the other hand. I was like, you can't tell in the video because I do it kind of quick. But by the end of it, the thing is sitting sideways on my hand after shooting it. And I was like, how? I didn't think my grip was that bad on it. It was cold that day.
It was.
But, dude, I feel like I almost dislocated my thumb.
It was ridiculous. And I think we both shot it twice that day, right?
Yeah.
And after shooting it twice, like, your hand was hurting and my wrist bone was hurting. It felt like it was going to, like, if I shot again, I felt like it was going to break something.
It definitely didn't help that it was cold out that day. And, like, we kind of knew what to anticipate. But now that snub nose on that 44 with that, like, cherry wood handle where it didn't have a good grip anyway, dude, that thing went. There's a reason they joke about it in that Dirty Harry movie where that's his like daily carry or whatever. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
You could stop a bear with that thing.
That's the gun. If you don't hold on to it, it's gonna fly and pop your ass in the head.
Yeah, that's the ones you see like that and 50 cals where you see people that do the videos where they hit themselves.
Oh yeah, dude. I two-handed that gun. Like, I think one-handed, if you just did this, I think it would probably, like, pop unless you could just really hold on super tight.
I two-handed it, too, like this, and that's how it went
it
came out of my hand. And I was like, oh, my God, that's hilarious.
It's because you try to share the grip, and the problem is when you do that, like, this hand obviously is going to hold better than this hand, and this hand's really just kind of like reinforcement, but then you try to share it, and then it starts to slip when you shoot.
Yeah, honestly, I may have been better off just, like, even then, I was better off, like, holding it with both hands. But it was awful. Either way, I'm getting rid of that gun. So
yeah,
I want to buy something a little bit
more useful too.
Yeah, maybe something like an AR build that we can do on here.
Yeah, it's expensive gun too. That's like a $1,100 pistol, right?
Yeah, new it is.
Yeah,
we've used it a little bit. So it's probably $950 or so now. It's probably what I'm gonna get rid of.
Yeah, we'll show it to you for you later, Jose. It's a pretty sweet gun.
Yeah.
All right. So you joined the military. How long before you got to go to basic firearms training? When was the first day you spent on the range? Do you remember how long it was?
Yeah, so in boot camp you do a grass week, they call it. So basically you're just learning about which is the M16 at the time, M4 now. So you just you learn like all the basic marksmanship skills, and then so you're out there for a whole week, which is pretty cool that they do that because some of the branches, like my wife just joined the Air Force, and they only did 1 week of both training and shooting, like just combined. So we do 2 weeks. So the first week you're out there, you're practicing on like barrels, you're like sighting in, just getting to like hold the rifle, and then you do a week where you do like the actual, you do a practice shoot, and then you do a regular one. So you do 100 yards, you do a 0, and then you move on to the 200. At the 200 you do, you do sitting, kneeling and standing, or maybe just sitting and standing, one of those two. Then you move on to the 300 yards. You do sitting and prone, so like laying down. And then you go to the 500 yard line, and then you use just lay. Now, but they changed it now. They're doing it differently. I think right when I was getting out, they changed it to where you can use or maybe that was just table 2. So there's 2 tables. There's like that one, like the long distance kind of stuff, and then you do a second one where you do more of you're shooting at 2 different targets. Sometimes they do moving targets, and then now they do like the same thing, but you can you run. So like they'll make you do burpees or push-ups and then get up and start shooting. You can use like, they'll have like little cutouts so you can rest your rifle on it. So make it a little bit more realistic.
Okay. Interesting.
How do they choose things? Like, how do they choose like the snipers out and stuff? Like the guys they want to be like long distance shooters. Do they pick that in training? Like they see like the potential, or is it like you like, hey, I want to be a sniper?
You can volunteer, but you do have to have. So you have badges depending on what you score based on those 2 tables. So you got like your marksman, like it's just regular. They call it the pizza box because it looks like a little square. It's like a little badge you wear. And then you have sharpshooter. It looks like a cross. And then you have your expert shooter, and I can't remember what that one looks like. I think it's just like a target. I don't remember that one very well, but
I was not the expert shooter.
I was marks. I was expert at the end, but at the end boot camp I got sharpshooter, and then I went over to because you do it every year, and you do it for actual like to score every year. You have to like keep your score up, but of course you get to shoot more than every time you go out to the field and stuff. You usually have some kind of like training that you do.
Okay.
Interesting. Now I was curious about that one because my grandfather was drafted into Vietnam, so I knew a little bit at the time. He passed away when I was a senior in high school, so I didn't really know a whole lot of details, but I do remember seeing a sharpshooter badge. So I think he got that, or medal. Sorry, I called it a badge. But yeah, he had a medal on his uniform.
Yeah. And then sorry to your question. Once you volunteer, if you're an expert, I'm pretty sure you have to be an expert to get there. Or I think at least you have to qualify as an expert before you move on to like the actual, because they have.
Yeah, you have to you can't just be like, I'm gonna be a sniper and you fucking miss every shot you take.
A lot of times when they choose it. So
like, well, you didn't make trials. Like you're gonna be. What do they do with the guys that like just can't shoot? Do they do anything with those guys? Well, those guys that like basically hit everywhere on the target except for the center.
So to graduate boot camp, you have to be able to get at least like the minimum score,
like a 70 or something.
I don't remember.
Kind of like when we did our carry class. Remember, 70 was the worst score you could get. If you got anything less than that, and you would fail. And remember that poor old guy that like failed that day.
By 1 point.
Dude, it was so horrible. So. There was this old guy. What did he had a stroke or something, right? I think he had a stroke.
Yeah.
So we took our carry class together, me, Jose, and Yasmin and Brenda, and we took it together. And there was this old man there, and he had I think it was GSG Firefly, the same gun that Jose's got one too. You've got one. I've got one. It was that same gun, and he didn't. No, wait, no. I think he had the Glock with the 22.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a little.
It was a Glock.
It was something. Yeah.
I think it was a Glock. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was 22. Basically, it was the easiest gun you could shoot. Or since he had had a stroke recently, when he was his hands was real shaky, man. And he missed by like one shot, failed the test, man. And we were so, like, we all felt sad for him. Like, man, we weren't even excited to get like past because we saw him fail. We're like, man.
Yeah, because he's just so sad. It was.
I mean, that does suck, but like,
Yeah.
you're in a hostage
At the
situation.
same time,
That
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
downrange. Like, it's like, my God, man.
Yeah.
Don't shoot.
Yeah.
You're like being held hostage. He's like, hit you right
It's
in
like
the forehead.
pouring you and one in the wall, and you're just like,
That's horrible, Zach. Zach's had too much. What are you drinking, Zach?
this is just vodka.
He's like a Russian. He's just drinking straight vodka over here. He tried to hide it, make it look like water for you guys, but it's not water.
Don't call me a Russian from Marine, or I'll get shot. I'm not from Ukraine. Oh, Lord.
It's horrible.
Then something a bit like, I don't know if it's interesting, but the Marine Corps just got rid of its snipers, so no more
Really?
snipers in the Marine Corps.
So
It's Army now, and I think.
why would they do that? I wonder.
I think it had to do with there's like a new policy, I guess, that came out trying to make the Marine Corps more expeditionary. Like, they changed up a lot of the stuff. They got rid of tanks too, so more lightweight, I guess, being able to get to places faster.
Yeah, I guess try to separate them a little bit from the Army, because the Army has snipers, the Army has, and you have part of that with the naval group, I guess, that you'll travel with and stuff.
Yeah, and then the Marine Corps is supposed to be like a unit that lands like in beaches and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
so they're trying to like keep up with your speed. I don't know, something. I'm not really sure how to explain it. I never read the whole book, but it was like I know there's a whole bunch of changes coming to the Marine Corps recently.
I can
Wow.
see that. Was it? Now you may not know this, but I remember hearing about it when I was younger and watching a South Park video that made me laugh about it. About it was either Navy snipers or Marine snipers that took out all the Somali pirates, and like back in the day, they like had kidnapped some people, and some snipers were like out on the boat and were shooting them from the water.
Dang, no, I never heard of it though. That's so cool.
It was a hilarious South Park video where they had like all 4 of the South Park kids caught, and there was like 30 of them there, and you saw like 7 Marine snipers just floating on a boat, just taking shots from them. You see them start popping.
Yeah, something like that, like hostage kind of stuff like that. Maybe like the SEALs, probably.
So what
Yeah,
kind of stuff
race.
did you get singled out to do as your job in the military?
My job specifically,
Yeah.
I was a radio operator, so I was just carrying like, the radio, obviously calling like, setting up like a network so that we could talk back to, like, let's say, like the one time, like for example, artillery, with them setting up their radios, that way we can talk back to command, and because command is like kind of like controlling everything that's going on. They gotta have like a good like visual on, just communication in general. Just that way the commander can, maneuver the troops wherever is needed, and also set up like the fire, forward observers. So they're like the ones watching the rounds land, and they're like, okay, you're like hitting or you're not hitting and stuff like that. So just facilitate that whole thing. So with I was with the wing too, so like the like the helicopters and stuff. So similar thing.
Did you get to ride in helicopters and stuff in training?
Yeah.
That's probably the fun part, right?
Yeah, it was really that. It was pretty cool.
Alright. Now, as a radio operator, did you get hazed, and how bad was it? Like, did they ever make you, like, go mop out in the rain?
Yeah, like regular stuff. It wasn't as crazy as I heard some stories of like my NCOs, which are like corporal sergeant. They told me some like crazier stuff, but yeah, we got some of it. Like, that one's a funny one. Sometimes they ask me to go get a sample. Like the Humvees have like these smokestacks or whatever. They're like, okay, go get a sample of the fucking smoke to make sure it's like. So you're out there like, with a bag, like and that stuff just keeps going on. Like, you eventually, I didn't do that one specifically, but I did tell somebody that messed up, like it was a Lance group or somebody, go look for the keys. Leave on me when they're like fucking looking everywhere. And,
That's
and then we do like, I don't know if you guys seen like the pinning whenever you get promoted.
oh yeah.
I guess that's considered
they
hazing.
they take it out and they stab them.
Yeah, so it has like
Oh.
little like points on the back.
Yeah.
And then they'll like put them on, and then like now you can't do it publicly, but they'll still tell you like to go to like a room in the back, and everybody will come on and just fucking hit you, and then same thing with like if you become a corporal, you get a blood stripe on your trouser, so then they'll come in and just fucking knee you, and so, like stuff like that. And yeah, everybody will take turns until you get like you're fucking bleeding, or you're all bruised up on the legs, and then you're like. And then a lot of people took offense to that, I guess. Apparently, I thought it was cool. I always liked that. I was like, hell yeah, like it's my, it sucks a little bit, but it's kind of cool at the same time.
Yeah, because you're still getting promoted.
Yeah, it's
So
like,
it's like you're leaving that group of people to go up to the next level kind of thing. So they're
Yeah.
kind of like giving
Dude,
the last little shots at you.
yeah.
Essentially. It's all part of the fun. I saw a funny one. I watch a lot of military, like not really TikToks, but reels and stuff like that. Just short form videos, some stuff on YouTube. One of the guys, he saw them pranking somebody at a fast food thing. He said he's going to implement it, where they took a plunger and had to go and test the stability of all the tiles. So they went through one tile at a time and had to pull it with a plunger to see if it could come out. It
Damn.
was like little tiny tiles. They had to fill this whole room full of like, there's
Yeah.
one at a time hitting with
That's
a
good.
plunger. But yeah, that kind of stuff I found interesting that they have a little bit of. I mean, it's all part of the fun, especially when you're like, the opposite scenario is you're going towards the most extreme thing, so you got to be able to like blow off steam somehow.
Yeah, a lot of it is not. I mean, most of the things that what I saw, nothing was like harmful, like actually meant to harm. So it was just, just fucking around. A lot of it.
So Tom Cruise was in there like interrogating you, like, did you give the order?
Yeah, that's.
How big is like the modern portable radio for you to call in like for help or something? Because like I remember watching if you watch any like old like Vietnam era type stuff, they got those big ass heavy backpacks. The radio's like the size of a couple of car batteries.
Yeah.
Is it still like that, or
No,
is it?
I think the oldest one, like it's called an Ingra. It's used mainly just in artillery, and it's really good because it's just wire, so there's no electronic any signals going out over the air. It's just like, so it's basically like a little box like this, and it has two wires, and it literally works like how the old telephone worked. You could connect the little wires and then connect them to another one far away, and then like you just pick up the handset, and that's how you're talking. Like kind of like when you hold the plastic bottle. Have you ever done like like the wire?
Yeah, with the string. Yeah.
Kind of like that type of thing. But the new ones, like the smaller one. It's like it's a little radio like this big, also 152. That's the ones like you see pictures in the military that most of the guys are carrying that one. So it's about this big.
So it's a lot better being the radio gun now than it was like 60 years ago when they had to wear those big ass backpacks. And then I remember like seeing videos like, well, I don't know if it actually happened, but I could see it happening. Like it shoots it and it like catches the guy on fire or something, like the battery melts or the acid pours on him or something. Like I could see that happening, right? I mean,
they're
I can
batteries.
see that too. I can also see that happening with like if it's an older one, like a flamethrower scenario where they're
oh yeah.
flamethrowers on the back, somebody shoots them in the back, and it's like, oh well.
Military doesn't do flamethrowers anymore, right? It's like
No, that's a
it's like
war
banned
crime.
all across the board.
Yeah, they're like
You
they're
can't-
probably not a good
You
idea.
can't light people on fire with a flamethrower and call it not a war crime.
Yeah.
Because,
But-
like, one, they're going to freak out and start running at, I don't know, people around them like you.
Well, yeah,
or
it's
run
terrible.
somewhere, catch a building on fire, and people are just, like, burning down.
Burning inside.
Yeah, it's not a good thing anymore.
What if
Or
they still
it's-
have any secretly though? I bet they do.
You can buy them, man.
Yeah, you can.
Well, yeah, you can buy like civilian versions, but
Oh, like the
Like,
big
Elon
tanks.
Musk sold them for a little
well,
while.
they sell them. They sell them for your AR to attach to it. It's got a 30-second spur, but you just fill it with gasoline, and it shoots like 40 or 50 feet. And the only thing is, though, the actual military ones, they've got that gelatin or something in them, so it sticks to
Yeah.
you. Where these are just gasoline. Obviously, if I shoot you with gasoline, you might burn to death, but at least you could take your clothes off. Where that gel, it sticks to you like a melted garbage bag or something. You're screwed.
Yeah, that's why it's
Like
a
the
war
napalm
crime.
stuff. Yeah.
That's probably napalm. That's what it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible. Like, can you imagine like getting that to the face? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you
just-
be that guy
just
because
kill
you know that happened to some guys for sure.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though,
you know, them Vietnamese kept fighting back, which is crazy. Because if somebody was lighting people on fire around me, I'd be like, just stop. Don't.
Well, they probably went in and just started like popping everybody. So I bet nobody was like this because that guy probably got like popped in the forehead and drops.
I think the problem was people were doing that, but they weren't actually going to surrender. They wait till you weren't looking and then.
Yeah, go for the gun.
Yeah. All right. So you were in for a total of 9 years. For the Marines, what's the retirement? Is it still 20? Is that for
20 is the usual. You can stay after, or there's some people who retire early. They do like special. I don't really understand it, but yeah, they can retire a little earlier too. But the longer you stay, you get more money.
Oh yeah, you get a bigger benefits and pension. What was your final rank?
Sergeant.
Sergeant. Yeah. Okay. I won't go too much into ranks because there may or may not be a quiz later.
All
right. We'll go into that here in a little bit. Let's see. Scott, what are you drinking over there?
I think we're gonna pop this one. You good with this one?
Yeah.
Barrel aged lager. Excited to try. You want to try this one, Zach?
Yeah, I'll try with you.
Zach's drunk. He already finished all his
it's about
vodka. Are you supposed to do this with the only IPAs, or you do this with the lagers too?
No, I think it's only IPAs, but I mean,
I'll just do it. I'll look stupid.
It's no
This better not be the viral video, Zach.
Don't worry, Kyle. The way we made videos, none of them would be viral.
All right, these ones I'll split these in we'll do half cups. That way we all get like a good half.
That works for me.
Because these are all beers. I'm an IPA guy, so for me, you like pilsners a lot, right?
I do. Yeah.
You like pilsners
and stouts?
I like the really light beers, honestly, just because I can drink.
Pilsners are light, right?
Yep.
Yeah, something like lager pilsners too.
Honestly, yeah, these are going to be nothing for me because
I drink liquor. That's why.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to drink a beer, I drink a light beer so I can have 10 and not worry about it.
Zach has a problem. He has a bottle of Jack Daniels in my freezer right now. He really does.
Do I still have it over there?
Yeah, it's still over there.
Perfect.
It's like half a bottle because he drank the other half right before we filmed.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta have fun with the videos out there. Not.
Numb the pain
tend to go
from walking.
shooting and then we walk back and then we start drinking, but occasionally I'll have a beer before we go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, it's cold. We gotta hike up that hill.
Yeah, we're almost in the gun-free zone. Like the guns are a few feet away, so practically a gun-free zone.
Yeah, that's good. We ain't got nothing hanging anymore. That way we can, not get demonetized.
Speaking of which, hey, Jose, how does this compare to a military helmet?
You want to check it out?
This is a where'd you order this at?
I ordered that from Temu for $16, and I believe it is used for paintball.
Yeah. Okay.
But I actually did want to kind of get a real helmet. That'd
be cool.
Rack hanger from One Tigris. They sent
that's one of our sponsored items.
Okay.
I took the plate carrier off of it so you could sit there. But that's the idea. You're supposed to be able to put some stuff up top like a helmet and a couple other items, and then hang the.
Did we ever do a video on that?
I did a video on that.
You did, and it's actually posted already, or is it one of those other ones?
I think that's one I posted. There's a handful I didn't post just because they weren't really on topic, but a plate carrier is kind of on topic for us.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because they even sent us plate carriers to go with it.
Yeah, they sent us 2 of them, which is awesome. That's one of the things you saw in the bag over there.
Yeah.
We got a handful of the items, and we're going to try to do a video on that later about how much free stuff our sponsor sent us to review.
Oh, yeah. We did get this is something we got we didn't get it for you. Something our sponsor sent us. We have a bunch of them. It's a rifle.
Yeah, we have extra.
Cool.
What do you call that thing? It's
essentially a sandbag, but it's a
sandbag.
rifle holder.
Yeah. So
stabilize it and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And with the
it
arm
comes
sleeves,
with a little
you can slide. Or Kyle uses them to slide them up his arm to make it carryable. That way,
Yeah, then you don't have to carry a bunch of stuff. You just slide it on your arm. You can still carry your rifle, because that takes up a lot of space in a range bag.
It does.
But yeah, I would like to get a good quality one too.
Yeah, One Tigris to send some cool stuff.
This isn't bulletproof.
That thing is 16. I'm surprised it stops at paintball. All right.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. I could see it if you really were on a budget, you could make this a battle helmet. Obviously, it's not going to protect your head. But if you wanted to have it to hold your night vision goggles or something, it is an affordable way to do it. Even though, if you hit a tree limb or something, those goggles are fucking coming off.
Listen, if you're going to put night vision goggles on your head,
You know what?
I wouldn't put them on a $16 helmet.
If you got $3,000 to spend on one night vision goggle,
Yeah.
you have a few $100 to spend on a helmet.
or a real, like, I don't know, Velcro strap or something around your head. Just something better than that.
I wonder if our
$16
sponsors have any night vision product. That's what we need. We need some night vision stuff.
I've been pressing for thermal and night vision, but thermal is automatically demonetized on YouTube.
What?
I mean, you got to think of what targets you can hit with thermal.
Oh, well, not night vision though. Night vision. I
Night
mean,
vision's different. Thermal is
thermal makes
Yeah,
it's
sense.
always stuff
You're good.
that has, you know, warm blood. So that's typically what.
Okay, that makes sense. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
What if we're just shooting like a ham we heated up in the microwave or something?
Why would we heat it up?
I don't know, so the thermal would see it.
That
Well, I guess the thermal sees
well, that's fine. If we do all that, we'll still get demonetized.
Exactly. Look how you built the wobbly.
Kyle, don't talk about that. You can't tell in the video.
No.
But one of those screws stripped when I was putting it in. I just haven't replaced it with another one yet. I mean, it's got a $14 helmet on it, man. I'm not worried.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
it falls, worst case scenario, it hits Jose.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Like, if it falls, nothing's
And
happening. Like, no,
honestly,
Jose's right here.
The helmet will crack before Jose does.
That's probably true.
Oh man, but it does look good on video.
I forgot. Like, I was wondering where this dot went. I guess I left it.
You did leave it here, but it's also cracked.
Yeah, we did it. Well, it's still usable perfectly though.
It is, but we did a hilarious.
We did a drop test on it, and well, it's got a slight crack up there.
Yeah.
But it's glass. It works. It still works great. It still
Yeah, I
works.
just wouldn't take it out on a rainy day. Kind of thing.
I wonder if it because we waterproof tested this thing too. We submerged it in water and everything. Cause
Before the crack.
Easy Shoot sent this out to us, even though it's a CV Life product. But this thing was like what, $107?
Yeah, and what we did was I held the camera right here, and we set the scope where you could look through the camera to see the scope. And we put a little
Oh,
target
yeah.
on the floor, and we let go of it, so it dropped. And you saw from like the camera view was it looking down the scope, and then all of a sudden you see the holes, like the whole red dot falling, and then it smacks the target. I thought it was a hilarious video. It was not worth the $107 scope cracking, but
Yeah, we did.
it
we
was
did
a hilarious video.
It was good. I think it needs a new battery. It's not turning on, Zach.
It'll be alright.
You probably broke it
I'll probably left the battery on.
because you didn't want nobody to use it.
It's been there like a couple of months. Probably had the battery on.
Yeah, it has. We probably left the battery on.
It'll be okay. It's got a big crack in it. We'll have to like do something to fix it one day.
Yes. Oh, we do have a pretty.
Actually,
Good,
it's a solid video. Can you fix one of those? Like get a glass replacement?
I don't think, definitely not with the off-brand.
Probably
Like
not.
if you had like a Trijicon, like a $500 or $600 dot, you could probably do that.
Alright,
Now I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying you probably could, but
hear me out. We call like Safe Lock auto glass repair and see like,
like
hey, we have a project for you.
oh man, that could
Have
be,
them come out and they're like, "What's going on?" Like, I need you to fix this. And hand them the scope.
that'd be like another version of the guy that calls Exterminator has a fucking bear in his living room. That'd be like equivalent of that.
Yeah, that would be a hilarious video though. All right, so that's an
Those
idea.
are so light.
It's good.
Like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, like, yeah.
after I have an IPA, because I drink
Oh,
IPAs,
yeah.
it's so light.
It's like water, man.
It's like water with a little. It's like a
That's why you can have 10
What's
of
it
them
called?
in a row, Kyle.
Yeah.
what's it called the water that fizzes? Sparkling water. It's like drinking sparkling water.
Yeah.
It's like, this is my LaCroix.
Yeah, like I feel like I could drink a whole like a couple of 6-packs and I probably would just barely feel it. Like I just feel that way about it.
That's the idea, man. And you get a little drunk after about 6 of them, and you're just running in your front yard like, all right, this is awesome.
See, I like the IPAs because they hit hard and heavy. Just like, oh yeah, like, you have one of those and like you're already feeling it.
All right. So, while you were in the military, what was the most? I've heard a lot of people are alcoholic in the military.
Yeah.
What was the most common drink you saw? Like, did everybody just drink Bud Light back then before?
That's the Navy,
Yeah.
Zach.
It's the Navy now. But let's say that. We're
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that.
Yeah,
He
keep
said
cracking jokes.
it.
I'm huffing and puffing halfway up a hill. All right, I'm pretty sure any Navy guy's still gonna beat the shit out of me. Oh man.
I think it has to be like probably liquor, like Jack Daniels or something like that.
Respectful. I mean, it makes the most sense. It's cheap and easy.
Yeah.
It's a fast way to get drunk if you ain't got a lot of time to sit around and drink light beer for 10 hours a day.
Yeah, money too.
Especially if you're like, oh, I got PT in the morning.
Yeah, that is something crazy that I didn't think. Like when I got out of active duty, I realized I was like, man, like some of these motherfuckers will be drinking till like 2, and they'll get up at like 5, just run 10 miles. It's like constantly, like because you PT hard. At least in every unit's different, but the units that I was with, all of them PT pretty tough. And there's some. I guess you're young, so you can handle it. But if I did that now, I'll be fucking 3 days in a coma. I couldn't do it, man.
Exactly.
But back then, I could I could just drink all night and get up early in the morning and just fucking go. You'd probably puke, but I'd just be puking on the side, keep running, and just fucking keep.
Golly.
Yeah, so you can't.
Yeah.
That's how you made sergeant, man. You had PT scores. Alright, guys. Well, it's been fun having you on, Jose. We're probably going to go on to a quiz, but that'll be a separate video after this one. So be sure to tune back in. We'll check it out. We'll have another video with Jose after this one. Just because, he drove all the way out here. Might as well film a few different.
Drove like an hour, guys, just to be on this camera for you guys.
Just a terrible idea.
So be sure you hit the like button.
Yeah, definitely. Check it out.
Jose!
Be sure to check out some of the videos we mentioned on here. We shot up that armor plate a minute ago. You'll definitely enjoy seeing that. I'll cut out the part where Kyle missed with the 44, just even though it was a sitting target.
Pretend the 44 wasn't even a thing. We'll just cut the whole intro out.
It wasn't even that far away. Anyway, if it makes you feel better, I was hiding behind a tree behind that because I was like, he's going to hit it dead center. It's just going to come back and get me. I just know it.
If you want to see Jose on videos in the future, like if you want to see something like cool or something, let us know in the comments so we can talk to Jose about maybe making it happen. If you want to do like some range videos or something like that,
or making him run 10 miles again after drinking,
or even some basic training. The basic training video would be kind of fun.
Yeah, it'd be
like
cool.
Jose teaches some basics or something.
Put us through basic training, watch us struggle. That'd be fun.
This is what we did.
We just lied the whole time. It's like 26-mile run. It's like,
yeah, me and Zach would make it. We'll make it like a quarter mile, and we're probably gonna puke or something.
It's like I did it. It's like you did not. Called an Uber.
But yeah, guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure you check out the merch. The only one wearing merch, Zach didn't wear his today.
It's upstairs. I can get it.
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure you like, subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.